All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol SPX, the S&P 500 index, and we're going to do an analysis on it. So for all the first-time viewers and investors, welcome to my channel, and to all my subscribers, welcome back. So for those of you guys that are coming across for the first time, I usually do a circle around each pump date, and we're talking here about the charts, the date of the pumps, and the effects that happen on those dates. So one of the most recent ones was back here on the 10th, and we're seeing now also the 17th. And in this list, this is the new list. So before the 17th, it was on the 10th. Now we got one on the 17th, and we're going to talk about the one coming up on the 24th. So in the last videos, I've talked about, where could this be going the day before, because we have usually a Monday in between. This week's is going to be on Tuesday. So we're going to talk about what's going on Monday so that other viewers are aware. But you could see that the lowest point reached before that pump was at 35.12 here. And the highest point reached was 35.57, which is close to where we're leveled off right now. You can actually see the line, the dotted line. That's the highest point that it reached on the 10th pump. And now we're back down to those numbers. So you could see the difference between it. It's about a 40-point jump, and then the most recent one was on the 17th. I had stated that if it slightly fell and leveled off, Tuesday was going to go ahead and bring this up, and then once it brought it up, it was going to level off as I drew the line here, and then I drew a circle around the lowest, which was 35.88, and it went to the highest point here on the same day of 36.23. When you do the math, that's about another 40-point jump there. And it's what it's been doing. And one of the highest jumps was back here of a almost 80-point jump. And there's individual ticker symbols jumping up with it. So that's why I do this video. And you can see clearly that every time these pumps happen, shortly after, the market goes a little bit down and then it runs back up in the anticipation of the next one. Well, we're seeing that happen here again. It actually slowly started to fall and it's going in this direction. So what's going to happen now, since our next pump is actually based off of our chart here and what it's saying on the dates? The last one that we just saw was the 17th. The next one coming up is on the 24th. So on the 24th, we still have a day in between. So what could happen? Well, the usual. The way that this is looking, it could be on its way back up to rise up and level off. I can imagine something like that happening due to the fact that it's been going in this direction. So right before the date of the pump, it's actually going to rise up and level off. And on the date of the pump, it's going to bring it up to newer highs. And before it brings it up, it could either take off from right where it leveled off or slightly dip and bring itself back up to level itself off either right where it was or slightly above it. That's one scenario of how our Monday can turn out due to the fact that this has been going in this direction last week leading on to this week, and I can imagine this actually having a slight turnaround. Also, people trying to bring up the market overall, and also probably thinking and seeing different discounts, so it all depends on the investor's perspective and also speculation and hope of how this is going to play out for this week. This is a short week as well in trading. We have holidays coming up, but one important thing is that this has been going in this direction. So I highly believe that most likely it's going to go in that direction. Now, here's the other way this can go. And this is the one that I always state the reason why these pumps happen is to level off the market and stop it from going in this direction. It keeps it up and then it makes the slight falls a little bit less harder rather than just bringing it down to newer lows that steep. It makes it less steep, and you can see that how this actually held itself up until then it started to fall. Now we're leveled off here. That's why I believe that since this was going in a downward direction, most likely we're going to level off like that. There might be a slight dip and bring itself back up, or it's going to directly bring itself up to newer highs due to the pump on Tuesday, which is the 24th. Now the other scenario is that it actually could bring itself up and fall and leveled off. Now this is the scenario which has a lot to do with what I suggested in this video and was stating that if that happened, it would level it off. on Tuesday, the pump will bring it back up and stop it from going in this direction and actually leveling off the market. Now, the reason why I do these videos is because, yes, these pumps are there to hold up the market or bring the market back up, create also investors' anticipation and speculation of excitement, or attract more investors back into the market by making this a green day, right, instead of a red day, due to those pumps and so forth. And it creates that excitement of investors to jump in. But one of the best things to do is watch closely the graph to find an entry point and an exit point. That's my best advice to everyone. I'm not here to tell you to buy, sell, or hold in any shape or form or anything in specific. But if you're going to give it a shot, look for the entry points and look for the exit points, depending on which scenario happens. Now, this is mainly what these pumps are for, to stop this from going in this direction. And if it slowly falls and levels off, it brings itself back up and levels off in a direction where it held itself up for a few days before actually going in this direction where we're at now, which actually brings it down. Now it bounced back up and so forth, because there's a lot of investors that probably thought these were discounts or saw a great opportunity to jump in, or certain stocks in the S&P 500 were doing well. Because another thing too, you got to play it by earnings and see what's going on for that week. But overall, on these dates, there's an opportunity to enter and exit. So you want to keep these numbers in mind. You're going to want to keep these cues in mind. Pay close attention to it. And the next pump is this Tuesday on the 24th. And as I stated, you can see there the two scenarios that this could actually end up bringing itself up, leveling off, either slightly dipping and bringing itself back up to a newer high, or actually brings itself up, level off, and start to move upwards after that point. And the last scenario is actually slightly dipping, leveling off there, and then on the date of the pump, bring itself up and level off right where it was before it fell, or actually bring itself to newer highs. So with this strategy, there's an opportunity to make some profit, maximize profits, minimize losses, because there are individual ticker symbols moving according to the S&P 500. And if the S&P 500, as you see on the dates of the pump, are rising several points, there's individual ticker symbols rising up with them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video where I discuss about the best stocks to buy in 2020. And the question is it too late? I actually go into detail about why it's not too late, or actually it's a great opportunity to purchase them, whether it's 2020, 2019, or 2022, or 2021, because these are great stocks that have had exponential growth. You're going to have to watch them closely. And since I made the video, some of them have actually went on discount. If you actually look at when I made the video, and they rose up since that point, and some of them are now back to those same prices or below it, and they've corrected themselves. But these are actually stocks that, whether they're going up or down, they're great long-term holds. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything, but it is a lot more in-depth and lengthy video. So I suggest watching it in pieces, or if you can watch one and then take your time and watch the next one. It's actually a list of them. I have a few of those videos posted, and there's some great stocks that you definitely want to own in your portfolio at some point. So check out the video. Should be popping up soon if it hasn't already. Hope you guys like this video, and check out that one and find that one worthwhile as well. Look forward to seeing your guys' comments and feedback on that video. Thank you.